Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So, Volkswagen CEO Oliver Blume took all the managers of the Volkswagen Group to the Shanghai Auto Show, and they were shocked by how far the Chinese have come in only 3 to 4 years since the country has been cut off from the world. As Audi CEO Deutschmann said, the German auto industry has underestimated the strength of the Chinese competitors. We are seeing a technology battle in China, the likes of which I have never seen before. And I also talked with Elliot from the Fully Charged show that I was on a panel with at the Fully Charged live show in England. And he was at the Shanghai Auto Show, and as he said, he saw many legacy automakers CEOs walking around at the Shanghai show with quite the long faces. They are in shock, and I don't even think they know how to keep up with this technology war, as they are just car companies. And we are seeing legacy automakers are getting slaughtered in the Chinese market, and now the Chinese are coming for Europe. Well, they're already here, and 10 more brands will arrive already this year. And at the same time, Tesla is pressuring the legacy automakers here in Europe with their price cuts. If the European Union does not set up a wall to hold back the Chinese automakers like they did in the US, well, this could end very badly for the European automakers. So let's check it all out and let's dive right in. So, I was just at the Fully Charged live show and saw all the good new EV tech that either are here or coming. So, of the EVs that will be coming in a big way are the Chinese brand. I already talked about the MG4 in my last news show, but I got a chance to check it out here at the Fully Charged live show again. But it has already become the 4th best-selling EV in Europe in March. But now we have 2 new ones just about to enter the market. One of them is the BYD Dolphin, which I had a chance to check out at the live show, and I think it felt very good. Nicely built quality. I would even say it felt better than the ID.3 when you were sitting inside of it. So it is not a bad EV. We know BYD knows how to build electric cars, and it will come with similar specs as the MG4 and the ID.3, but the price is where the Chinese really stands out. The MG4 in the UK costs about £27,000, and the ID.3 costs about £38,000. And we don't know the official price of the BYD Dolphin just yet, but I spoke to Elliot from the Fully Charged show that lives in China, and he knows the Chinese market very well, and he thinks it'll cost about £29,000. And then there was another nice little electric Chinese vehicle I had not seen before, and that was the Aura, produced by the automaker The Great Wall. But that felt even better, more luxurious interior, nothing to complain about here, and that one came in at £32,000. This will put some tremendous pressure on Volkswagen and their ID.3, as the Chinese are coming into the market with cars that, in my opinion, feels a little bit better than the ID.3, but cost £10,000 less or $12,000 less. And if that was not bad enough for the ID.3, Tesla has been cutting the prices in Europe so much that the Tesla Model 3 is not far off the ID.3's price here in Europe. In the UK, the Model 3 goes for £43,000, so only about £5,000 more to get a much more capable electric vehicle. In my country, the ID.3 is actually only about $1,500 cheaper than the Tesla Model 3, making it not even a consideration when looking at EVs in that price range, in my opinion. If you want cheaper, you can just go straight to the Chinese. So Tesla is hitting Volkswagen from above by making the Tesla Model 3 getting very close in price, and the Chinese are hitting them from below with better cars for a much better price. So I don't think Volkswagen is going to have much of a choice here. I know they don't want to lower the price, but they kind of need to lower the price, or I think the ID.3 sales could take a big hit here in 2023 and lose some very important market share for Volkswagen. Especially when we now know, according to Elliot from Fully Charged, that just the ones he knows about, we have about 10 new Chinese brands coming to Europe this year. The Chinese are truly coming for the European automakers. Firstly, the European are losing in China, and secondly, China is coming for Europe in a big way. And the European automakers are not prepared for this, as they just saw last week with their own eyes at the Shanghai Auto Show, where the CEO of Volkswagen took all the big managers to get a view of the Chinese competition, and they were shocked to see where the Chinese were at. Remember, China has pretty much been closed off to the world for the last 3 to 4 years, so it came as a big surprise for the European automaker just how far the Chinese has come in just 3 years. As Audi CEO just said, as I mentioned in the beginning, the German industry has underestimated the strength of the Chinese competitors. We are seeing a technology battle in China, the likes of which I have never seen before. Yes, the legacy automakers are not ready to become a software and technology companies overnight. This is something that will take a lot of time they don't have. Remember, the Volkswagen brand was down 38% in BEV sales in China in Q1, when the new energy vehicles market was up 24%. Now that should be a big red flag. Big red Chinese flag. The Volkswagen Group did grow in BEV sales about 42% in Q1 globally, but that just means they're getting absolutely killed in China, in a rapidly growing market. This is not a good sign. And now the Chinese are coming for the affordable market in Europe, and that is really the Japanese players' markets and Volkswagen and Stellantis, as BMW, Audi, Mercedes don't really make affordable models. They are all luxury brands. So if Volkswagen is going to lose most of its market in China, that will be a really bad thing, as that is 40% of their market and where about 50% of their profits come from. So if the Chinese are coming fast over to Europe and become a big player in the affordable market as well, Volkswagen could be heading for some serious trouble. As we can see what the prices are in China, so here in Europe it does seem like they are putting on quite a good margins on their cars. They are of course going to be more expensive than in China because of transportation and import taxes and so on, but according to Elliot, the Chinese are starting with their premium brands and putting a good price on them, as they don't want to become known as the cheap EV brands of the world. But now they will start coming with the middle class EVs like the Dolphin and the MG4, but the Chinese should have more margins to play with than the legacy automakers in Europe. So we will see if the legacy automakers in the mid-range market, where we have the big players like Toyota, Stellantis and Volkswagen, have any counter moves to this. Other than crossing their fingers, then the European Committee will put in some law to slow down the Chinese with higher import taxes. Because if they don't, the Chinese are about to come hard and strong like the Japanese did in the 70s and take over the affordable car market, together with Tesla, that will have an affordable EV already in the beginning of 2025 and be ready to ramp that one up to millions. But I think we, in only a couple of years, will also see the really cheap EVs coming from China, like the BYD Seagull, that only cost about $11,000 in China. So that will be a big blow to the automakers that are making these small cars like Toyota Yaris, the Peugeot 108, the Citroën C1 and many others. And when we know that the legacy automakers still lose money on making EVs in the price range of $40,000 to $60,000 to $80,000 to $100,000, I think it will be quite some time before they can even compete in the affordable market. We know Ford is losing $22,000 on every EV they sell. We know that Volkswagen Herbert Diess said that Volkswagen will not be able to make an affordable EV profitably before the Trinity platform, which has been postponed to the end of this decade. So they will not truly be part of this race before that, as they don't want to scale up the ID.2 to to millions, like we will see with Tesla, if they lose $5,000 apiece. That would simply not be sustainable. But it will be very exciting to see what the legacy automakers will do now, after have seen the technology battle in China with their own eyes, and see they are now invading Europe with dozens of affordable EV models here in 2023. I really hope that this experience at the Shanghai Auto Show has woken them up, and seeing that their target of being fully electric by 2035 are completely off the mark. And if they don't become more aggressive in their transition to BEVs, they will either not be around or be cut in half of the size they are today. So, I wish the legacy automakers good luck. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.